So this video is, hold on. Alright. So yeah, this video is in regards to love. Now, what I want to say is that love can be felt, expressed, um, displayed. I don't know. Love is a crazy thing, first of all, but we can say that we love an item, like I love my laptop or I love my dog. Now, they're very different because the laptop is just an object where the dog is an actual being with feelings, emotions. It reciprocates love too. You can experience love with another human, and you can love an experience, you can love something you do, you can love something somebody else does, you can love a piece of art, you can love an idea. There are so many ways to express love. Now, the love that I want to talk about is the kind of love that you have with another person that you want to have kids with, let's say. Or maybe not even kids, but you want a relationship with. Not even to say that you want to get married with them, but you just want to be with them. You just want to live your life with them. Forget this whole marriage idea. Let's just get beyond that. And just the idea of being with that person. Now, the reason I think we want to be with that person is because our emotions feel amazing when we're with that person. Not that that person completes you, because you should be complete on your own, but when you're with that person, it's just like a mirror. Like you you guys are on the same frequency, you're on the same page, you guys know what the other person is thinking. You can complete each other's sentences. I don't know, but like it's just like a perfect game of tennis or a perfect skateboard line where you just do trick after trick after trick after trick and conquer. So these emotions bring these great feelings, but these emotions, they fluctuate. Sometimes the other person will do something weird and you'll be like, oh, okay, that was unexpected. That can throw you for a loop. Um, and so many things can happen that will distort your emotions. And they're called emotions for a reason. They're emotions, they fluctuate, they go up and down, they're supposed to shift. So the idea is that when they're shifting towards the negative direction, you should be aware of that. And if you're down to keep the relationship going, you're going to want to do something in order to get the emotions back to the positive side, to where the light shines, to the good times, not the negative stuff, the dark stuff that you don't want, nobody likes, and is what makes horror movies come to life and whatnot. But you guys got to work together. So when somebody sees that the flame of love or of goodness is, or of positivity is being turned off, or is not being looked at, or is being neglected, you want to make sure that you reignite that flame, because it only takes one person to do something to completely change the situation between two people. So this idea of love, it will change throughout time, and you will experience love in many different forms, and it's hard to forget the experiences, but eventually things get better. No matter what, things get better. There's always new things to do, and you gotta make sure that if you go into the situation of being in love, that you are going into it with a clean slate. You want to be sure that you first of all love yourself like no other, or else forget it. You're not going to be able to love another person, because what you'll be doing is showing a lot of negative sides about you, and inflicting those things on the other person, and it's just no good. So I can say that I've had my fair share of good times and bad times, and regardless of the good or the bad, I don't regret anything that I've done because every single relationship has been a really good lesson. And these lessons have basically built like a filtration system. Um, I see what I like and what I don't like, and it seems that every time I meet a person, I'm getting that much closer to the ideal being that I'm looking for, which in reality does not exist. I've learned that there is always going to be something that you don't like about the other person or that you disagree with, but you gotta find you gotta find the best in the other person. Now sometimes some of these things that you don't like, it may be big and you just can't do anything about it, and that's okay. You just move on and you keep on doing your thing. Eventually, somebody else will come along or whatever. You may die alone. Who knows? But just make sure to love yourself. Um, Make sure to learn something too from these relationships, because if you're just going at it and not really gaining anything from it and you're just repeating the same mistakes, well then what's the point? I mean, what's the point of going to school if you're not learning anything? So this idea of love is very complicated. Not only that, but we got to remember that this is a made up thing, you know. We are humans, we're animals, we're just organisms that have a main purpose, which is to reproduce. You know, we got to keep this thing going, this idea of life, this idea of experience. We got to keep that moving forward. And so we have to procreate. But along the way, you know, it gets really tricky because love is involved. And like I said, love is a made up word. I mean, it's just a word, but it's there and you can't measure it. And that's why it's one of the most beautiful things in this reality, because you can't measure it. In fact, anything you can't measure is usually really, really beautiful. What is beautiful? I don't know, but it's beautiful because you can't measure it. So, this idea of love is man made, but at the same time, it controls our lives. And a lot of the things we do in life is because we want to experience love. We want to feel like we were part of something greater than ourselves sometimes. And so, I think it's a beautiful thing, but we have to face the fact that this love might not always be with us. And when you find that love, make sure to hold on to it really tight, because I don't know, it's a good thing. So why would you want to let go of something so beautiful? Um, and if you have recently experienced a breakup and are feeling really, really bad because you lost your love, lost the one that got away, remember that it's okay, because there are billions of people on this world in this world, and truly I think that we can relate to every single individual because we share this commonality, which is just life in general. We go through life, and there are so many things involved with life that we really don't talk about because they may be taboo, but we all experience these things. Just the fact that we all wake up, you know, and it's a new day and all that stuff, or that we dream, or that there is death. Like, there's so many things that we can talk about and relate with another person. That these things, these commonalities, can bring you together like no other. Because at the end of the day, it's the core, it's the soul, it's the flame that lights the person, which is what really attracts you to the person. Hopefully, it's not um, this physical thing that you see a big butt or big boobs or like a nice chest or a nice smile, nice teeth, like whatever is aesthetically pleasing to you. Hopefully, it's not that, because that will all eventually fade away. And so, while you're looking for this person or have been let down by this person or whatever it is, remind yourself that there are a ton of people that would want to be with you. Um, Not just because you have it all figured out or whatever, but because you love yourself, and that's something that just resonates with everybody. You walk into a room and just, you feel that when a person is in love with themselves. So don't feel bad. At the end of the day, time will heal all. Remember that it's the emotions that you felt while you were going through the breakup that caused the pain. It's not actually the breakup itself. It's not the breakup, it's your reaction to the breakup. So if you can control your reactions towards a breakup or towards a car crash or towards death or towards anything, then you can live a much more stable life. Of course, things will happen that, will bring you down, but at the end of the day, control your thoughts. That's key. So if you're experiencing a breakup, remember that you can go ahead and make the breakup better by filling up time with positive things, getting a new hobby, or working on the hobbies that you currently have, and just perfecting your craft. Um, Surround yourself with positive people. Um, if you need to talk about it with another person, I mean that's a really good thing. Write stuff down. You know, start a journal, do a blog, whatever you need to do. But remember that it's temporary, and the further you get in regards to time from that situation, the better you're going to feel within yourself, and the easier it's going to be to go ahead and find another person. But make sure you lock, or not lock, but like are totally distant from those negative emotions if you want to continue to experience love with another person. So don't take it so hard. Remember that you're not the first person to experience a breakup or experience love. Um, it will happen many, 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 many more times. And so just go with the flow. Don't force anything. Everything in life should be really, really fluid. And whatever it is that you feel, you should act upon. You shouldn't bottle anything up. Just express yourself. Be true to yourself. Truth, passion, peace, and love. That's the way to do it. So just let it be. Don't force it. So that's my little rant on love. Okay.